Master B, what up? Oh, hey, what up?
Yo, that was weird.
What? The calling you Master B, or did it hold off on your end for a second?
It was complete blank screen, dude. If you said something, I heard none of that.
Mm, tasty. I like that. That's what's
Yeah.
up. Yo, you were even actually saying it before we hopped in here. Blurillas. There we go. New one for us, Mr. Ordinary. What's going on? 8-Bit Mike, what's up? Brilliant Demon, how are you? Stormico Station, I've got your drop actually sitting in one of the old Tabby Doos sitting over there. Jazz Wizzy, what is going on, man? Fuck toys, what is going on? Toys and tits, what's good, everyone? Eric Folkert's pedals, man, what up? Folklorian, what up?
Folklore. Cool cat.
We got there. We got them all right and early. Cool cat. I didn't see a cool cat already. Bam. Hot dang, man. Look at you. You're on it. You're on fire.
What's up, man?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Paul D says Dodgers in 5. I
Mm.
like it. I like it. Acidine, what up? Zymot, what up? Um, yeah.
I don't know what the
Uh,
Dodgers are, but apparently everybody's going wild over here in Toronto about the old Blue Jays.
dude, it's got to be. I mean, it's unfortunate, and I don't mean that in a negative way that you're not a baseball fan. That's very exciting, dude. The World Series is coming to your town.
There you go. Hey, it's interesting to say the least, man. You know what? At the end of the day, it's tourism.
Yeah, I mean it is. I mean it's great for the city, of course, right?
Absolutely, man.
It
And
likes
morale.
the Dodgers.
I'll be honest, you can tell it really does a lot for morale. When I'm leaving the pot shop at night and I'm seeing like the sleeping homeless that are shaking because it's starting to get really cold here, and I smell the piss and all the crackheads. But then I get on the TTC and I see just fucking jerseys everywhere. It really boosts the morale.
Oh, I can tell. I can tell. Paul D says he can't believe Canada does better in baseball than hockey. Maybe this year. That's not a consistent theme.
Right?
What up, Head Case Toys? What's going on, man? But yeah, dude, exciting. Um, you know, cool.
Exciting to say the least. Yo, last week's episode was a fun one, man. What a guest, homie.
Oh, dude.
Actually, so I'm sure some of you may have caught it last Saturday. They were doing their masquerade. This Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be with Playful Gorilla. They're doing an IG live, right? The first of the Franken show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, that was great guest, dude. I mean, that's one of those ones where I think sometimes we interview people and then at like, the hour's up and it's like, God, dude, I feel like we just like barely scratched the surface on so many different things, which I think with him was definitely the case where we scratched the surface on a lot of different things. But yeah, dude, what a good dude. Got a lot of stuff going on. Really cool artist. And he had, God, dude, I think we talked about 2 shows. The Frank and He show, and then the like you said, the Marauders show, Mass Marauders, or what the Mass show, the Jason show from last week. That was cool. They had a lot of shit on there. They went live with Playful Gorilla, and dude, I kept checking in. I felt like those guys were on all night. They
They
were
were
they went at it
15
for
minutes
hours.
an artist.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, there's what, 5 to 8 artists in there?
Yeah, dude. And then I think we talked about that during his interview was just like there was like 20 artists. They wanted them all to get at least 15 minutes. And that was just them talking. That didn't really include the auction portion of it, I think. So um yeah, dude. Busy night for them. Poke Toys, what's up, man?
Not to mention, I'm double checking it now because it's gonna be a busy weekend in general. Toy Surprise, LM9, and Mysterion's YouTube channel show. They were actually going to be going and doing the W is for Wolfman as well. Special episode. They were saying they're going to be sitting there. What doesn't post a date here, but number 72 apparently they're going to be sitting with every episode as well. Like I'm curious actually to see if they're going to sit with every episode, every artist. To be honest.
I think they got pretty close. I watched a little bit of it. Um, yeah, cool.
It's already up on YouTube and everything. You already caught it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, fuck. What do I know?
Yeah, I I didn't know either. I don't think I saw a post. I actually ran across it on YouTube. Um, so,
Look at you, you little trendy dude.
oh, not at all, my friend. I was over at Hurt Toys house, and Hurt Toys. You want to know something's on YouTube? That's the dude to ask. Um, he knows all about it. Blue Jays in 7, says Mr. Ordinary. I like it. I like it. Interesting. I don't believe it, but I like it. Um, yeah, they did every artist really quick shout outs for each. Yeah, that's one thing that I really liked about that dude was the pace that they were going at. I mean, it was like show the piece, and it was just like kind of chop it up about the piece for a couple seconds, and then moving on. But shoot, dude, I think that's the first time they've done a show on one of their own shows on
On
one of
YouTube like that.
their own shows on their own show. I guess if that makes sense, right? So,
I think you might be right in that one.
yeah. So cool.
Hey, before we hopped on here, you actually mentioned to me that apparently you've got a tale to tell
Oh,
regarding the old male shenaz, whatever's going on over there.
yes. Thank you. Recollection show this Monday at University of Central Missouri. If you know, you know. I'll be there with a bag of goodies. 8-Bit Mike. Wow. From Recollection Toys. That's the porcelain artist. Very cool. That's an interesting show. I bet. I did see some pictures of a gallery show that he was doing, and it looked amazing, dude. I don't know if you saw pictures of that, but you talk about classy. Like, holy shit, dude. That's one of those things you walk in, you're just like, I shouldn't touch anything that's in here.
I'll admit, Recollection Toys is one of those people that you're showing somebody that you actually give a fuck about their opinion. Some of the really sick toys out there, and they're not flinching, and then you're like, okay, 1 second. You know what I mean? Like if they're not flinching at like the Jabba hose or something, that's when you're like, okay, one moment. Let me show you something you're not expecting. Because then when you go over to Recollections, it doesn't matter where you scroll on that page, someone's gonna be like, and and that's all porcelain. And you're like, yeah, and and that's all handmade, and you're like, yeah.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. And then there was even some stuff on there that I don't know if he's necessarily posted in his feed, but there was pictures of like a gallery setup, and there's some stuff in there where you're just like, dude. And then other ones that you kind of forget about that get brought forward, like the crumpled card backer in porcelain. Like,
The crumpled card backer and I can't remember the set of figures. I believe one set might have been like the snake, the wrestler Jake the Snake, where I
yes.
did the pants with that fucking beautiful flower
Mm.
inlet. I don't know what you even call that wrap. Like,
Yeah, I know
and then
exactly what you're talking about.
only because we're talking about recollections. Check this funny
Yeah.
little guy out. I had to scoop this, but it's no recollection toys. Uh, oh, of course, I just knocked everything over. Um, I was at a little market the other day. I was telling you about too. I
Yeah.
grabbed something else there too. But for $10, how do you not?
Yeah. What
How
now?
do you?
What's that made out of?
So this would be ceramic.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice. What was the so tell me about this place. What is this?
yeah. Okay, so there's actually this place in Toronto called the Bazaar, and there's a couple of like these like type shops throughout Toronto that basically there'll be vendor spaces, right? And so these vendors, it could be anybody who's looking to do vintage stuff. Sometimes it might be people who are doing like art. I showed you actually one of the pieces that I grabbed from one of the individuals who was set up there because it caught me right by surprise. Where is he here? I've actually got it pulled up. Fever Dream Supreme. I'm just gonna be a rat bastard. I'm just gonna pull it up here and share it with you guys real
Yeah, dude,
quick.
that name was super cool, dude. I'm sorry, with Fever Dream Supreme, right?
Fever Dream Supreme.
Hmm.
And like this guy has got a whole whack load of stuff. So of course, these resin skulls are what kind of caught my appeal, where I was like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on over here? But of course, just a whole bunch of other things like these big wooden D20s and chessboard games and big Lego blocks. But
Yeah.
yeah, um, interesting Toronto maker. Obviously, like these doll eyes in there.
Mm,
Even with this guy here, I ended up scooping, and I was showing you
mm,
in my opinion, like especially like we know now what's going
mm.
on, right? Like so
Yeah.
there's like little stones inside of this guy. and then you can almost tell that where the stones were, there might have been a couple like imperfections. So I'd imagine that's probably why he like sawed off this fucking top part, stuck a brain part on there, double casted it with the doll eyes in there,
Yeah.
and like 15 Canadian. Again, like, and that's where you're just sitting
Practically
there being
free.
like, okay, well, how do you not, you know?
Now let me ask you something, dude. When you went to that account, did you see any familiar names or anything that was following that account? Or maybe just a few, if any?
You know what's funny? Like, they've got 267 followers. Like, that's what's absurd to me sometimes, man. And like, don't get me wrong, like Yo-Yo Dine is following them, of course, but like, I don't think they're like in that realm. You know what I mean?
And how long have they been around for? Hence, what's up, dude?
Who knows, dude? Looking over their page, it seems like they're much more of like a woodworker.
Oh, gotcha. That's cool.
Like,
Yeah,
check
I
out
saw a
their
couple different woodworking things going on recently. I saw Yuck post something today uh, with some uh, with some wooden figures from Gutter Tooth.
right. They collab with Gutter Tooth and Yakima.
Yeah.
But like, this was their setup at one of the recent game expos. So it's
Wow.
like, oh shit, okay, a little bit of everything going on.
Hmm.
Anyways,
Hmm. The name again was Fever Dream Supreme neck
yeah,
wrap. What's
yeah,
going on,
hold on.
dude? So back to the mail story real quick.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you didn't really have to put me on single screen. It's not that big of a deal. If you remember, I haven't been getting mail. It's been going on for about 5 months now because my neighbor's dog attacked the mailman, and it's all been kind of like this rumor up until this point. And so they're basically decided not to deliver mail to the whole street, which for me is just like a real fucked up situation, all right? Because the packages coming in and going out, it's a it's a pain. So, anyways, I'm sitting here Saturday, and I get a knock on the door, and I look on my camera, and it's the fucking mailman, dude, and he's got a package in his hand, and I'm like, no way, dude. All right, so answer the door. There he is. It's my guy. It's the young Indian dude who's just, he's super, super cool. Great mailman. Fletch, what's up, dude? Uh, and he apologizes right away. And I'm like, for what? And he goes, oh man, he goes, I know you haven't been getting your mail. He goes, the neighbor's dog, bit you. And I said, okay, bro. And I said, so let me get the story. I said, who was it that got bit? And he's like, it was me. I was like, fuck, no way. I said, so what happened? So he says that he goes over to these people's house, right? And he delivers the mail. The dog's fucking going crazy as normal. And these people like don't control their dog, dude. They have like two very small kids that they try to Jesus Christ, Fletch, you could have, that's damn near to my house. Um, so the kids are the ones that kind of control the dogs, right? So, anyways, the mailman delivers the mail, and as he's walking away, the dog runs up and bites him in the hand. So as he's trying to get away from the dog, he trips over some rocks and ends up tearing some ligaments in his ankle. And so he ends up being in a walking boot for 5 months. So there's where the missing 5 months is, that we don't get mail. Now, his second piece of good news, first was that he's back. Number two was that I can go down to the post office and pick up a key for this lame ass community mailbox that I already hate. I've picked up the mail one time. I already hate it. But good news is I get mail coming closer to my house now, which is good. That's the mail story, dude. That's the saga that's been going on for the last 6 months. That's been, some of the biggest news of my life in the last 6 months. And it has come to a close. So there we go. That's the story.
I mean, poor fucking mailman, dude, as if it was legit.
Dude, he's such a good dude too, man. And he kept apologizing. I'm like, bro, it's not your fault. And it was just funny, dude, because we talked about some of the other people in the neighborhood that are just wackos and that are just not making it easy on anybody. Like they go down to the post office and they'll sit there and yell and scream. And it's just like, do you think that's going to make a mailbox magically appear on the corner with mail in it? It's probably not. So what are we doing?
It actually baffles me, man, how many adults turn to screaming like a fucking child when they can't get what they want, and it could literally even be that like you don't have it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And it's like I'm to the point now where like when you see those people in public, dude, you need to you need to outcast them, dude, and just say, hey,
Oh my.
hit the road, man. You know what I mean? No one wants to hear it, especially
Hello,
people that are
man.
working. You think working at the fucking counter at the post office is a treat any fucking ways?
Dude,
You know what I mean?
I actually, you know what? It's not often, and don't get me wrong. It's not some like stupid vigilante gay lameness. Like, and excuse my misuse of that term. I don't even know, you know. But fucking, I had a customer the other day that actually went out of their way to come over to me and let me know they were like, "Hey, I was here one day when you were actually sticking up for a bunch of the staff here, and got some guy out of here that was throwing a fit. Like, I really appreciate people like you." And you're sitting there being like, "That shouldn't even be a thing." You see somebody like threatening other people, you hop involved. Like, you involve yourself. Like, it shouldn't even have to be a thing that somebody's like, I noticed that and I'm glad that you did that. It's like, shouldn't we fucking all?
Yeah, shouldn't that be
Anyway,
the norm? Shouldn't that be
should,
the norm to not accept that? Jazzwiz, you're right, dude. A cool mailman is such a treat to have. Absolutely right, man. I've never had a better mailman, dude. It's funny, dude, because when you're at my front door, if you kind of peek your head around, you can kind of see this fucking madness in here. And he's seen it before. And of course, he drops off all the packages and he's looked us up online and brought him in one day, dude. And he was just fucking blown away, man. You ever seen that meme where the dude walks in and he goes, wow, what the fuck? And he's like, this is cool. Dude, it was that perfect scenario, seeing it in real life. Which was very cool. Mr. Ordinary, I agree, dude, 100%, man. Trust me, that was the argument the whole time that like it shouldn't be the street, it should be the neighbor. And I get it, man. Like we live in it's a straight up neighborhood, dude. There's hundreds of houses in this neighborhood. And there's a main street that you can go down. And if you had those community mailboxes on every like outlet, you know what I mean? Like how much easier is it for the mail carrier to just do that instead of walking up and down the street? So I get it, that part, but I mean, fucking A, bro, you're holding my mail hostage for 5 months. I agree, dude. I also wish Ordinary was my mailman. We wouldn't get a lot of work done, bro. I'd hold that dude hostage for a while.
I was gonna say either of you. Ordinary fucking stops up at your place. All of a sudden he's sitting there. You guys are throwing on records. He's freestyling, rolling up a couple.
I can see him now with his beatbox. He's probably got an OG beatbox, dude. That probably still slaps, man. Michael George, what's up, man? My favorite was the mailman whose package was stuck to his crotch and he sputtered around, no hands. That dude was cool shit, right? Dick in a box, man. That sounds like what that is. Oh, Mr. Ordinary. Cool. So, anyways, that's that story, man. Yeah, I get it, man.
Yo, can you imagine actually having a mailman that whenever they drop one off, they kind of hang around a moment to be like, what is it? What is it?
So that's funny that you say that because the dude who works at one of the guys who works at the counter at the post office when I was having to go to pick up packages, he's a younger dude that I'd seen around. He was like a referee for some local sports. I think he was a referee for some of my son's league games and stuff like that. But he asked me one day when I was in there, he's like, what's Toys Alive? Because I was sending these packages out. And so I started helping him a little bit. And so, but the next time I went in there, he had seen our page and watched an episode, I guess. And so that's what it came to, especially when stuff comes from out of country. That's what they're really interested in. They're like, they see stuff come in from Finland or Australia and they're like, what is that? It's like, well, let's just be patient. Maybe you'll have to watch the show on Wednesday.
My hands are clean, but check this dude out, man. So the day I got this guy, I fucked him up. I smeared his paint everywhere by accident. And then he sat on the to fix up shelf for like a year. And I finally got to put this rainbow kiss on the shelf with all the other dudes, man.
Nice.
One of those, the bad guys.
Yes.
Fuck, man. This is just sick.
Did you paint that?
Well, they painted it originally. I had to repaint it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Fucked their paint app, and then of course you're sitting there and you're like, well, what do I do? So you scrub off the original paint app, but of course that was you color match it to what they had done on there. So but now it finally gets to just chill on the fucking shelf, man. That figure is so sick. Rainbow Kiss in general is fucking sick, man.
Agree, dude. 100%, man. Those that figure, God, dude, when those first came out, I was like, dude, I want to get those. And they're, yeah, exactly, dude. The chat made that's what we kept on talking about. And just kind of you know what, dude? I like if I had to put it in a timeline, I yeah, no, I'm probably off on that now that I think about it. I take that back. I'm not even gonna say it. Um,
See, but that's what I love about the weird indie toys and shit like that is like Chat May obviously like a little bit of a bigger deal than some of the other bootlegs out there, but there was no really knowing what the hell that figure was. You know what I mean? Like these bootlegs that were kicking around back then, like it really is perplexing to me how some of them would end up at like a liquidation store, at like a byway or something like that, and
yeah.
you see them reappear now 20, 30 years later.
Yeah, dude, and isn't it cool about that piece too? Is that like that's a non-articulated piece, man. That's just a really cool looking figure that you can get in a bunch of different styles that will look super cool. And to the person who doesn't know, you know, I don't want to say doesn't know the difference or doesn't know any better. I guess you'd say if you get some regular Joe just walking down the street looking at that, I mean, and you put that next to another figure, you're just like, yeah, it's a couple action figures. You know, they can't really dissect them like we can necessarily, but even though it's just a cool looking figure, man. It's a cool one.
I obviously can't speak for like every artist out there, but I know when I talk to Titty, the articulation for them at the time, and it's probably adapted and changed, but I remember them mentioning at one point that like it was kind of like an accomplishment thing. You know what I mean? Like once you learn how to do a cut mold, it is kind of tempting to kind of learn how to make these figures. And I do think for a lot of people too, like looking at them, like it probably comes down to like almost easier to not have bubbles if you don't have a pressure pot to cut off the arms and cast them separately, right? So that way you don't have to worry about the fingers as much, or like
Mm.
the armpits or undercuts between the legs. So I'd imagine like even that at some point might have been why somebody was doing it. And then you're like, well, fuck, how do I reconnect it afterwards? What's trippy is when you think back to like, isn't it fucking Sucklord talks about doing molds with soap when he was a kid, like old, weird, gross, freaking soggy soap molds. It's like
Yep.
the brain starts putting it together if it wants to start putting it together.
Yes, and dude, exactly. That's what I was gonna say, dude. It's just like if there's, there's a will, there's a way. One way or another, it's gonna get done out of some sort of material, whether it's a bar of soap or a metal mold, whatever you're doing. But but and then again, right? Isn't that like a shitty mold? Sometimes is how we get that cool aesthetic, that cool bootleg aesthetic. That's part of it. Clean figures are part of it too. But the bootleg shit,
The
also
bootleggy
part of
bootleg shit.
it. Yeah.
Speaking of the bootleggy bootleg shit, do you see this fucking monolithic drop recently?
Dude, I don't know if I did see that. I don't I saw a lot of stuff from Musculoids recently, but I don't think I saw that.
So they've put up a new body recently, and then all these fucking new heads for it. They keep on pushing this line up here. It's just like, damn, dudes. Like, and then they just put the available now just this evening, right before we were going on.
Whoa, dude.
But yeah, it
Yeah,
looks like
Musculoids, they're in Philly. Um, nice. Fuck, dude. I saw them at where was it? Oh, it was Assembly Required. And they had some of the 3.75 versions of those. And I didn't buy one, dude. And I'm like, it's one of those ones where you look back and why didn't I buy one of those?
that's fair.
Hmm.
Yeah, 6.5 rubber figures available now.
What's that bear in the red, dude? That is sick.
See, I for some reason I'm addicted to that stupid ass fucking elephant one.
Yeah.
There's something just oddly great. It reminds me of the Tupperware swappables that Folklorian brought on the one day.
Yeah.
And they're like probably the only people I know who make rubber action figures. Like over 50 original characters, man.
Yeah, that's a big line, dude. That's one when I first looked into it, I didn't realize there was that many figures, man. But there's a lot, lots of different scales too. Mm. Yeah, those are
Like,
cool.
if you'd have told me, like, I'm sure they're probably the same. Like, I wouldn't have thought that like over the top muscles like that would be as cool as fuck as it is.
You're right. You're 100% right, dude. And everybody that I've talked to almost says that exact same thing, dude. And I don't know why, what it is that it tickles in our brain to where we go, yeah, dude, I thought that like, a figure with like these extra muscles on them would just be super lame. But then you see it and you're just like, actually, that's pretty fucking cool. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, cool figure, man.
Cool figure. They've done vinyl now as well. I'm sure they've done resin, but yeah, probably like the only dudes I know that do big giant rubber figures. They kind of remind me of like the old school wrestling figures.
The best. The best, dude. The non-articulated fucking LJN, just massive, heavy, bro. There, I don't know about up there, but over here you can go to any type of antique fair, flea market, swap meet, and you can find buckets of those things, man. Sometimes people, try to charge a little bit up for them, but sometimes you can find people that are doing like 2 for 10, something like that, somewhere the paint's a little bit nicked up. Dude, check this out, man. There is an artist on Etsy, and I'll have to do some research to find out the name. But so back in the day, dude, like when I first started looking around, I found this artist on Etsy. And as far as I know, they're not on Instagram unless they're under a completely different name. But I found some 5.5 figures that I had never seen before. One of them is like a 5.5 merman with a bunch of like seashells in the chest and shit. And then the other one is God, what is it, man? I think it's a Skeletor, or no, it's a Scareglow with like skulls in its chest. And they had all this, and I'm just like, man, who is this? So I'm starting looking at some of their other stuff, dude, and they have those old school LJN figures. Like, and so I don't know what it is, dude. Like if they have the old molds, but they look 100% legit, and you can buy them raw or you can buy them painted. I don't know if anybody else has seen that, but check that out on Instagram, or not on Instagram, but on Etsy, dude. Oh, they have a 24-inch. God damn, the 24. That's huge. That's musculoids, I think, right? But the other figures, man, the wrestling figures, I don't know who that is. I think I want to say they're in the United States on the East Coast somewhere, if I remember right. But yeah.
Anybody who had a sibling will remember, man, getting the shit either beat out of them or beating the shit out of one of their siblings with one of those LJNs. Just grabbing it by the ankles and just wailing on your sibling. Oh, hell yeah.
They are, those are sturdy pieces, to say the least, man.
You got any fun boxes of toys over there when your mailman was coming to your door the other day?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Some I want to say, I'll show a couple. Because I'm not even gonna say where I got these from, because I got them from someone, and I just got them today, and they're pieces that they had, and it's I don't know. I feel weird about that when you buy some, if people don't want other people to know that they've sold stuff.
Oh, I kind of get what you mean. The artist will know.
I mean, and it doesn't matter. I think these things are all a run, so I don't know how you'd actually really know. But yeah, one of them that I'll say that I'm not going to show tonight, but I just got it today, was, dude, and this one felt good because it was I finally fucking landed one, man, was a Bat Kid from Jonathan Queen, or Graveyard Shift Toys. That came in today. I had to hit up, I've missed on every drop on his so far because they go so damn fast. So I actually snagged one in Buona Spoon's Gam Jam leftover sale last week. Pocket salsa, you can say. Okay. I had bought a box from Pocket Salsa. It was just kind of like a mystery box. And he fucking blew my socks off. I'm not even going to show it all, dude. I'll show a few of the pieces, but it's just, there's some really, really amazing shit in there.
I think Mr. Ordinary kind of nailed it, man. Yeah, your curated space is probably like the equivalent of Doves at this point. You know what I mean? If it ends up there, it's kind of like, yeah.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. But yeah, so anyway, so here's I'll just go through a couple of them real quick. Now, some of these, now when I was opening this up, I was telling Salsa Gutter Tooth that a lot of these pieces, dude, are ones that I had seen in the scene for a while, but just never had a chance to get, or missed out, or just never bought, but is on the list of stuff that it would be cool to have. One of them right here, dude. Now, this is the first piece that I have from this artist, this little Chompton piece. Check that out, dude. Very cool.
You're a little pixelated today, so the slower you hold it up for a moment, the clearer it is. Yeah.
Sorry,
dude. No, I'm sorry, man.
So yeah, Chompton piece right there. The paint is super, super cool on there. But first Chompton piece, yeah, that one's sick. How about this one right here, dude?
Even, oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, the Fun Gusting too is another one that, you know, they're out there.
But they're pretty obtuse.
They are, and when I mean, painted by Kachina, of course.
That's a beautiful one.
Yeah, that's a sick one right there. I have a feeling I have a feeling that it's got some glow in it too. I haven't tried it yet, but I think it does.
I can't wait to see the pictures of that one.
Yeah, that one's gonna be cool. How about this one, dude? A seer. A seer is another one that I did not have any of. I believe this one is painted by Kachina too.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
That paint app on that is absolutely insane. Is that like troll hair on there too? Oh
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is fucking amazing.
Yeah. That's a dope one. Mad Monk sculpt. Cool. Good call. Yeah, dude, my vinyl knowledge is just not there yet. But dude, Mad Monk, I do have a couple Mad Monk pieces. Mad Monk's fucking dope. This is a Pendragon. Yeah.
And that seer, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know who sculpted it, but I know that Elixir Toys dropped it.
Yeah, exactly, dude. They've done a bunch of those. Yeah, same thing, dude. I don't know who did the the sculpt on that, but it's cool. Those are all the ones I was going to show tonight, man. The like I said, we'll look at the Bat Kid next week, but I actually want to put that in the post. But that's a super fucking cool piece too, man. The paint, when you have the Bat Kid in hand, I really don't think the pictures online, any of them from anybody that I've seen, do it justice. You know, it's fucking. Anyways,
I love when that happens, man. Like,
yeah,
because let's be real, like. It doesn't matter who takes the picture. It doesn't matter if it's on all white. It doesn't matter if it's on all black. Especially if there's translucencies to it, or if it's got any kind of like pearlescence. It's so hard to try and fucking capture that shit in a picture. It can be so like titillating when you actually hold a piece in hand and then you see how it actually fucking looks.
Yeah, dude, and it's, you know, they had two of them at Gam Jam. There was the orange, kind of orange blackish colorway. Then there was another bluish one, and the orangest one is the one that I wanted, but that one sold out right away. So I got.
You didn't make it down to Gam Jam though, did you?
No. That would be north of me, and it would be from my house to there. If I was driving, that's an 11-hour drive.
Wow. I mean, Grayskull and Yo-Yo Dine would have done it. So
You're right, they would have. And I'm not saying I wouldn't do that, but it's also it's a nice drive though, man. I mean, going through Southern Oregon, actually, going up through Northern California, and then into Southern Oregon up through Oregon that's a nice drive. Um, just Puzzle Panther, what's up? Just got my first Ragnar last week. Yes, yes. Pocket Salsa's Ghost. If so, Gutter Tooth, hit up Gutter Tooth. $60. They got to go somewhere. Too good to sit in storage in my basement. There you go. Hit him up if you're looking for a box. Hit him up.
Wow. Yeah, that's if anybody has ever seen their taste as well, like there might be some fucking well, you just saw what B showed, but some Moy Coma gold in there as well.
Yeah, dude. And I asked for vinyl specifically. He gave me the option just because I'm trying to beef up the vinyl area. But dude, he knows Pocket Salsa knows his shit when it comes to vinyl, dude. And I found that out a few years ago. When I think he had some pieces for sale. I want to say at Assembly Required or something like that. And we just started talking about vinyl, and he's talking about shit that I've never even heard of. There you go, Puzzle Panther. There's one sale right there. Ding, ding.
I do feel like a lot of the tat dudes, they seemed into the vinyl well before a lot of us into the resin.
Yeah. I've talked about that with a lot of people, dude, and I don't know why it is. There's a reason for it, right? And it's maybe because it's been around longer, I feel like, and it's more of you have lots of kaiju in vinyl and stuff, and I feel like that kind of Japanese vinyl, especially over on the East Coast, is like a lot more prevalent than resin figures, at least as far as like in a timeline historically. It's just kind of has been there longer. I don't know. Maybe it appeals to a wider variety of people. Maybe it's I don't know.
I would wager the potential it's even all it takes is one in a shop. You know what I mean? Like generally you become pretty close with the dudes that you're working with. It's gonna be 5 days a week. Most of the dudes there are gonna be full time unless you're an apprentice. All it really takes is like that one dude having a kaiju or two. And suddenly like the other homies might be asking what that is. The dudes coming in to get tatted are asking what that is. And it's exciting, man. You're already into art, obviously, if you're getting tattoos or doing tattoos. So it's like,
yeah, dude, and you're right, man. And not to sound like all fucking stupid and shit, but like, isn't a tattoo shop like a fucking cool place to be? I've been in dozens of them, dude, and I know that Hurt Toys, when he had a shop, it was the spot to hang out. It was a spot to hang out, man. It was fucking downtown. You had people coming through. You walk in, there's flash everywhere. There's Tattoo Magazine everywhere. There's cool figures everywhere. There's original art on the walls everywhere. And you're just like, fuck yeah, dude, that's a cool place to hang out. You fucking come in, you fucking lock the door, you fucking hang out, And that's what we did for years. For years, man.
Sit down, drop like $80, leave a little piece on you.
Dude, it was just, but I was just going to say, but you're right, dude. That's for some, like, it's weird. I don't even know how you even really say this. Is it just feels like that figures and kaiju and stuff like that. It just fits in a tattoo shop for whatever reason, dude. Maybe it's because there's flash in it and it's just one of those more artistic things. But
I'd even be interested in bringing a couple of the boys on and kind of probing, because though I know the one that first comes to my mind is gonna be Skull and Void, but then of course like fucking Gunner Tooth is just covered right up right to the face, man. And then we look at somebody like Resin Blood, somebody like, so there are just so many of them. And actually, like if we dug deeper, I know for a damn fact I'm missing a bunch of the homies that literally tattoo, or fucking Dr. Plops used to do tattooing. One of the first jobs he did, fucking Safubi. You know what I mean?
Teal like, Tattoo, Calico Chris, all of those dudes are like from the East area, but like Octeal, dude, that dude's fucking dope, man. His shit, his vinyl is super sick. Eric Folkart's Pedals says that
Right.
that Toys in his tattoo shop. I didn't realize Toys did tattoos, but if you've seen that Kaiju Crawdad, that's one of the dopest fucking vinyl figures I've ever seen, dude. Price wise, that thing is up there, man. Like you're looking at like 5 for some shit like that, but they're amazing, dude.
We're
That's
gonna
like yeah, coupe
we're
de
gonna
like
get to the bottom of this.
woof.
We're gonna figure it out. Because fucking even Crawler Club now, it's like, yeah, even that homeboy has his entire fucking face and head done up in tats. Meanwhile, Safubi dude.
Death Cat Toys. There's another one. I did not know that they were a tattoo artist.
There's a
But
conspiracy theory here. There's something deeper.
yeah, but still, I mean, we're talking about just kind of like cool places to hang out, dude, and all that stuff kind of runs together, and all of it combined is what makes places like that cool. So and plus the people are always cool, man. People are always cool in there. It's funny to sit in a tattoo shop if you've ever done it and see people that come in and you're just like, good Lord, some of these people are a fucking mess, man. But
Cool. I'm sure you get this. Any of the homies that have like sleeves or anything like that. I can't stand when somebody's like, they look at your ears or something, and they're like, how long did that take you? And you're like, I didn't sit down in a chair and actively from like one day just go and go and go until it was all done, my dude. So you're like,
well, and it's funny, right, dude? It's people being curious and shit. That's one thing that I noticed out in Philadelphia when we're sitting there. The tattoo shop that Eddie was tattooing at currently, it was on a busy street, and it was right next door to like 2 or 3 bars. And so you have a lot of tourists in that area. So not only do you have tourists walking by asking questions, but you have drunk tourists that are just coming out of these bars and saying, hey, let's go get a tattoo. As a matter of fact, dude, we were standing out there, and there was a group of gals that walked by and were obviously tipsy and wanted to get tattoos, all 3 matching tattoos, and they walked right in and fucking did it. And it's like, that's a regular thing over there, man. But then it's just to be kind of a people watcher and see those type of interactions is cool, man.
would you ever get a toy tattoo? And if you did, what is one toy you would feel willing enough to get a tattoo of?
Well, I'll put it like this: I will have some of those before too long. It's something that I know that Eddie really likes to tattoo toys. Especially his, and we've seen a bunch of them, and I think that's something that's another really kind of a cool crossover that he can do. Hurt Toys would be another one, of course, like like a Skull Crusher. Like I've thought of a Skull Crusher head fucking multiple times. A Skeletor, I would get a Healy piece. There's a lot that I would get, dude. Like looking around the room, there's a lot of stuff that I would get just because it's dope ass art, dude. And there's a lot of people who probably wouldn't know what it was, besides going, oh fuck, that's cool. So yeah, the Skeletor, man, that's a good one. I'll have one of those at some point. But I mean, the G.I. Joe tattoo, my mom has to. My mom would come and put a big X across that, dude, if there was a G.I. Joe one. But yeah, dude, I run out of time, dude. I'm 46, man. Like my skin's not getting any tighter. I hate to say, but
you need a Skeletor chest piece, and then right below it, that's where you get the more you know, or knowing has half the battle. You get that underneath. You really fuck with people.
That would hurt, man. That would hurt. Chest piece, that would hurt. Barbarian Rage's Necrovenger. That's a crazy one. Yeah, dude, that's some detailed shit right there. So many good characters, dude. I mean, we could do this all night long and talk about dope characters.
I read a comic book with fucking Necrovenger and fucking Skull Crusher and what's his name there? The popular guy that has a Super 7 figure now.
The popular guy, Phantom Starkiller. We don't want to be taking any of Schmalky's work there. I don't know if he still does PSK or not, but I want a Healy made shaman like the t-shirt he released. Yes, dude. That would be sick. Good call, Fletch. Green plastic tunnels artsy piece. Yeah, there you go. Man, I was just gonna say, what else is going on, dude? We were God, I was just gonna mention something. Oh, you were talking about comic books. Eddie and I were having a conversation the other day about comic books, and he was talking about putting a story. Have you seen like any of his posts where he's that comic book that he's drawing?
I was seeing what he was doing in his posts, and when he was on, he was showing us a bunch of it too, and it's just fucking next level, man.
It's fucking amazing, right?
It's
Like
next
he
level.
talked about a story, and I said, but dude, honestly, that could be like a picture book where there is no words or very little words, and you're looking at it and you're really like, who gives a fuck what the story is? Like, to me, a
Well,
good story on that is just icing on the cake. The art, you're looking at it, you're just like,
anybody who's read graphic novels will tell you, man, like the eye still follows the story. And sometimes it's actually insane to me how the artist will choose to use illustrations to actually add emotion or weight to a scene. There's this one that kills me all the time, even though it's so simple. But it just shows this guy, he draws himself each frame for the next fucking 6 frames, just standing there with no words. It's not until you flip the page that then he says like the words he wants to say. And what's so stupid about it is your eye is literally following it, and it takes you all that time for nothing to happen. That's to show you the weight of that silence, that's standing there with nothing happening. And I feel
yeah,
like with Resin Blood, when you're watching through that story, the amount of like chaotic overflow of colors, the amount of movement, the amount that's going on, your eye is following from left to right through the image. It's still telling a story, man. It's fucking
yeah,
fun. It's cool as hell.
yeah. And even if you took one of those pages and just look at the page from far away, you could tell like what, like whatever that is, that's fucking cool, man. It'll get cooler as I get closer to it, but um yeah, so then did that just kind of naturally progress into a conversation about graphic novels are my preferred reading consumption from Fletch? Cool. Yep.
You know,
Um,
Resin Blood has a special skill in my opinion, dude. And it probably comes with like that 10,000 hour rule. But like a lot of folks, they draw something out, they sketch something out, right? They've got an idea and they keep sketching it. They might even actually sketch it once loosely, and then they like loosely sketch it bigger on that thing they want to make it, and like they blow it up that way. And those are the eraser marks and everything. No, Resin Blood's that kind of dude that we've even seen him, right? Where he fucking just like they can visualize what they want and apply it without this pre-drawing, without having like an under image. They just slap it, dude. Like
yeah,
that comes only from fucking making all the time, doing tattoos all the time. Like that dude has next level ability to just tackle a project. It's just stupid.
yeah, and you know the amount of practice, dude. Hurt Toys, dude. He's been like this for a long time, dude. But that dude legit tries to draw every single day, every single day, dude. And I've known that dude for 35 years almost, dude. And it's every day, man. And he still does it, dude. He's got sketchbook after sketchbook, and it's just, um, I mean, if you're trying to keep your skill and your craft up, dude, I mean, that's a damn good way to do it. But what we were talking about was when we were talking about the comic book, was that kind of progressed into a conversation about toys and adding or making toys out of comic book characters and whatnot. And Scott's doing that. Scott Cherry, Barbarian Rage, is doing that with some of his figures. That newest one, I think, that came out was a character from the comic book. But have you also noticed too that, like, now going back to Rambo Kiss, right? So Rambo Kiss, when you get a piece from him, he adds a little mini zine. That's not something that he advertises or anything, but you have these little kind of pocket-sized zines that show up everywhere, dude. Original Cash brand from Future Retroistic magazine. That's another one where you'll get another like little mini zine, dude. And it's just it's funny how prevalent those are. Not a lot of them are talked about, but you see them and you're like, I mean, obviously there's work that went into that, right? Like there's the story, but then drawing it out, no matter how good the drawings are, and making something out of it.
and I mean this with all the love in the world, and I only go there because you said no matter how good the drawings are, there's certain people who might not understand Linz the Rat Boy's approach to drawing, and I think what I love the most about it is try and copy it, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
It's like without sounding like a dick, it's like okay, try and copy it.
right.
There's not a chance in hell you can. Like that dude's style is their style, and like you might think it's not to your liking, but you're sure as hell not gonna be able to replicate it with that same pizzazz.
Dude, it's like now to just take it on like that same concept on a much grander scale, right? Like Keith Haring. You know what I mean? Now, does Keith Haring's art look particularly complicated to you? No, anybody can do that, dude. But it's the way that he does it. And you can tell that, like, you know, you can tell what it is when you see it, but you look at it and you're just like, well, I think, there's a lot of people that can, I don't want to like dumb it down to stick figures, but it's, you know, yeah, you're right, dude. There's a style on it. Speaking of Linz the Rat Boy, dude, if you guys haven't gotten over to Bootleg Toyco's page, they have some Linz the Rat Boy swag, man. I want to say they're sweatshirts, right? Some hoodies. Nice. I like that.
Tees and hoodies, I believe.
What's that?
Some tees and hoodies, I believe. And
Oh, tees
also,
and hoodies.
yeah, well, like just because we're talking about like print media and fucking physical media and all that jazz. If anybody hasn't yet, so Gutter Tooth is actually throwing together a calendar.
Mm,
Oh, this
yes.
is sick, man. So with all the in-person shows listed on their respective dates, like Tagfest, Game Jam, AR, Decon, 5 Points, etc., so on. Release schedules for shows like Toys on Tap, podcast episodes, Toys Alive episodes, Toy annual online only shows and dates that'll happen. So like just fucking a big ol' event calendar for all the what's happening in the haps. So hit them up if you're actually interested in getting on board. I think it's
Jazz
gonna be a fun
Wizzy
little
says you bought the
podcast.
zip up hoodie, crazy cheap prices, dude. I like that. Zip up, man. That's a good one. Nice.
I like
Need
that,
some more
dude.
zip ups.
What a weird episode this week. What are we doing?
We're just we're just jamming.
We're just jamming around apparently. I wasn't too sure what the whole plan was. I packed these fucking taboramas tonight, man.
Dude,
There's
let's jump into them, dude. I got nothing besides what I just showed. We're just talking toys tonight. We're just talking art.
toys tonight. I think I brought this individual up a couple times. 573 followers, but they've got a couple of these guys, and their faces swap out.
Yes. So let me just say something about this account real quick, dude. Is that there was a big snafu with this account when we were doing the whole assembly required and everything, and that actually came from um, the promotion end. I think the wrong name was tagged originally, and you know how it goes, man. When someone sees that and then they duplicate, then the wrong name gets tagged over and over and over and over again. And finally, this artist spoke up, like before, and was just like, yo, I don't think that you guys are tagging the right person. And then I think we all went back and we're just like, shit, you're right. You're right. So yeah, they were actually at Assembly Required, I believe, in Philly.
Well, that's
They had to have been there because that fucking liquid death, bro. Did I tell you the story about that? The liquid
you
death
did.
water?
Oh, you did. Everybody freaking. And again, don't get me wrong, H2O, right? I get it. But you guys were coming back here, all these freaking grown men, being like, "Oh, the water, bro. You got to try this water, bro." Like these, whatever the marketing they did over there, they crushed it, obviously, because you guys
Well,
came back obsessed about fucking H2O.
let me tell you about the marketing, bro. This is what the marketing was. Somebody affiliated with the show. It might have been Matt. It might have been somebody else. I can't remember. But they asked for somebody knew somebody at Liquid Death and was just like, hey, do you guys want to like come and set up a booth and basically just advertise your Liquid Death, which is fucking water, bro. It's water in a cool can, right? And so, if you've ever had to sit at a not necessarily a toy show, but like a home show or some sort of thing like that where there's a booth and you have to kind of man a booth. Nobody wants to fucking do that, bro, unless you're in sales and like that's really your thing. It's a long day. So what they did was instead of setting up a booth, they dropped off a pallet of water And when I say a pallet of water, there was several thousand cans of liquid death in 6 packs, I believe. There were 6 or 12 packs, and they basically just sliced it open and were just like, please take all of that. By the time we left, they had been giving it out for 2 days. I don't think like a third of it was gone, dude, or maybe not even half. But anyways, that's the liquid death story of assembly required. It was just, I don't know what they ended up doing with all that stuff. Yes, dude. Agreed. And it was free. That was the best part, is that it was free. It was like, get this shit out of here.
I'm picturing all you fucking toy boys in the hotel room just popping it and spraying each other down with this fucking canned H2O, shaking it up and cracking it and
There's
giggling
no
at each other.
carbonation, dude. You open it up and it's just like, it's water. Yep, that's water. Yeah, see, and you can't take it home, you know, and I had actually thought about that, and then I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm talking about trying to take home a can of water from Philadelphia to California and worry that they're going to stop me. Who gives a fuck, dude? They sell that stuff here. Anyways. Buy Liquid Death. Great people.
Buy Liquid Death.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. That's the lesson from this all. Yo, did you see these? Sorry, it came up on my screen. And also, Ashley, I didn't forget about you, dude. I knew you gave an answer on the giveaway. I meant to assign you a number, so I'm going to do that in a second here. But check out these fucking dudes. We've looked at plastic. They always come through with the soft goods.
Yeah, dude. I'm familiar with this account. I don't think I saw that.
What a now when somebody says like these are not toys, don't put them in your mouth, this is kind of what I picture.
Yeah, now do you watch Dark Shadows?
No. Is that what this is from?
That's what the thing says. Yeah, that's not one that I have seen either. I'm familiar with it, but I haven't watched it. But that's damn good work, dude. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. And if I had to guess, I would say original sculpt and then hand painted and all the soft goods as well. And if that's what we're looking at, that's pretty fucking amazing, dude. That's a lot of work.
You know, and actually now that you've said it, it would be really smart if they cast the hands, the feet, and the head, and then do like Hobo Toys does with their little stuffies, and just fucking fill the rest with plush material.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, if that's an original sculpt, look at that sculpt. That's super legit, dude. Oh, this account. Yes. Okay. Now, yeah.
Fuck you.
I think we've looked at this before, and we were like, well, now is that more like a Mego?
It's a plastic buck.
Yeah.
It seems like they use a plastic model underneath.
Yeah.
But fucking always just killing it with those soft goods, man. And I mean, there's a B sitting there. Yeah, Plastic Nebula, 415 followers. What's wrong with the world?
Located in Georgia. I wonder if Uncle Spank knows who that is.
No, Jazz actually mentioned this one earlier. If anybody hasn't gone over here, now I did see a lot of the stuff ended up selling out, which obviously, but head on over to Mothman. Look at some of these prices. What are these dudes? Yeah. Maybe he's taking down some of the ones that have already sold. Because they had some rhinos for sale, and they had... But yeah, they must have gone through and removed anything that was sold out. Because it was a killer fucking sale, man.
Yeah, dude, that was a really good interview too, man. I can't even remember what episode that was, but Mothman Republic, when they were on Lexington, Kentucky. There you go. They were a really super talented sculptor. I ended up meeting him at Assembly Required a few years back. He's a great dude.
Did you see these dudes?
Nice, dude. Molded Safubi showcase. What are we looking at, dude?
This is gonna be November 8th. And it looks like this is going to actually be at the Netherworld Arcade. But just a fucking schmaggling of artists in there. And weird.
Yeah.
What's tough is like they have a whole bunch of stuff going on right now, even because they're part of this here, October 4th, but this is not a toy store, and it's the Monster A Go. And then this is not a toy store, also has like an end of year party going on as well. But look at this fucking lineup.
That. Yes, dude. I was just looking at that, and I mean, damn, dude, that is cool, man. Low tech, yep. Gloopy, Ray Gun Wizard, Japan, United States, Australia. I'm assuming that the people who don't have a country by their name are probably from Australia, I would think, right?
I would imagine so. Yes, and then fucking heavy cold cuts ended up actually they slid into our DMs as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Mecha Ducky! I never know it's your birthday, man. Happy birthday! Do you want us to make you feel uncomfortable and pull you in and singing happy birthday to you? Put you on solo screen and everybody saying happy birthday to you? Would that make you cringe and want to cry?
Dude, that figure on the left is sick. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say all of them. Presenting the Art Outside the Box Fall 2025 figure lineup. 2 of which are brand new characters, introducing the Guardian of the Forbidden Realm Gateway, Tar Pit, the Elderbot. Nice. So starting Saturday, these figures are going to be available.
Nice. Yeah, I like that.
Busy weekend.
Art Outside the Box.
Nick Nightmare Studios is nonstop, dude. It's like it seems like their store is always being updated with stuff.
Yeah.
Dr. Plop's collab. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, just a quick flight to Australia. No kidding. I would love to go to Australia someday, man. I think when they have facts about Australia of how large that country actually is, I mean, it's just fucking, it's.
A couple things that I'm learning about Australians is you can't be offended when you get called a cunt every third word. And they can also just say it's cool as, and they do not need to tell you cool as what. The sentence apparently can just end with it's cool as. Ooh, that over there, it's fucking hot as. Hot as what? Who knows?
I would not eat Vegemite. Just for the record.
Fuck Vegemite. If anything, fuck the cockroaches. Fuck the screaming chlamydia koalas. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck them.
Speaking of some Halloween fever, fucking Stormico Station new sets available. Please DM if interested. These are definitely. Oh, I didn't even catch the little gargoyles earlier.
Yeah, I like that that display. How they set those up, man. Good Halloween colors though, man. All through it. That purple and green, sick.
Stormico Station is definitely a bit underrated, man. I feel like because they collect a lot, it also makes when they're dropping things kind of sometimes get lost in the mix.
Yeah, I agree, dude. Really good feel to the post though. You know what I mean? Like with like the groupings of colors and lighting and stuff like that. I think his posts are really fucking good, man. But you're right. Some of the stuff that because I think when they first started coming around, they're just a collector, right? And then kind of slowly started getting into some resin work, and now it's it's pretty constant thing. But yeah, those are cool.
Damn,
dude, that Black Watch does so much sometimes.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So
Nice.
Stormico has two separate
Bro,
drops going on right now.
that top center piece, it's not his, but that one, just look at that. Look how
It's
stupid
killer.
that is, dude. Oh my God. I saw that and it's one of those ones you just gotta stare at for a minute and like, what the shit, dude?
There's a lot happening for sure. Could you imagine pulling that fucking vinyl helmet, sitting there and exacto knifing out the stupid fucking door when they all come in, sitting there with a heat gun and then cutting that little door, praying to God that you don't fuck any of them up?
Hmm, that's sick.
God damn.
Yeah, shit.
Toys are cool, man.
Hmm. Oh, nuts.
Okay, so we've looked at this guy's work a couple times. They're actually going
Okay,
to be
right?
putting
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff onto their website this weekend that they have left over, and a bunch of it looks like it's like head swaps with body collabs. Like
Yeah,
those are definitely not their boots.
right. The one that was on the top right that was wearing like a suit.
I
Oh, that
fucking
is
love that, dude. Get out
fuck.
of here, tagged handmade art. Yeah, I wish there was like this is probably one of the coolest ones.
Oof.
That head works really, really, really well with that body. And then of course paint by Ophelia Toys. See, and even that's fucking stupid, dude. When you consider Ophelia Toys and their paint style normally, and you get a little taste of that flare in the head, and then look how tight and clean that is on the body, with
Mm.
like the nice gray to black shading with the fucking airbrush still.
Yeah, dude, and
That's
especially on
sexy.
the jacket, shirt, tie. Look at that, dude. Ooh, that's crisp.
Yeah, that's really sharply done. If anything, that's fucking what's his name? The principal on Simpson. That's his color combo. The slight pink dress shirt with the purple tie.
Yeah, dude, the shading, the airbrush work on the face too, man. Oh, that is sick.
That's kind of what I mean. They did a fucking really good job in contrasting that
Hmm.
with how clean the little gold buttons, the shoes, like, oh man,
Yeah.
this is one of those pieces that makes no real sense to me, man. Like 544 followers, uh, and yet just pumping it out. I know it's not supposed to be about the followers, but that does help you typically be able to like sales help you be able to generate the next run. So
Yeah.
it's like, God damn you. But yeah, they're going to be uploading a bunch to their store this weekend that are left over from, um, I don't even remember what the event was now because I'm a fool. Yeah,
Well, when is that?
Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time,
Oh, tomorrow. Wow.
literally tomorrow. Bam,
Sweet.
we got there. Speaking of underrated artists, man.
And he's had some really good holiday themed pieces. I should say we've seen several for Halloween. I think I have a melted snowman piece that still maintains that kind of gloopy type vibe to it.
Well, and like consider this almost like wave one.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what I was thinking about, dude.
And it's like when you consider this to that, it's like, damn, dude, like both are sick, but you've clearly come a long way. Throwing in that fucking beautiful little carver's knife in there. Oh, damn, dude. And what's
Yeah.
so trippy, they'll do things like this, and like David said, very similar like the Bogwins, and then same time have shit like this. Pardon me?
Bro.
And dude, what's so funny is oh, what's their name? Tom Key posted being like, who wants to collab on this? And I thought for sure Farrell. Farrell's like, I don't know, Mike. And I'm like, what do you? Can you imagine if those two did a piece together?
Mm. God, those are sick, dude.
I don't get it, man. Like, come on. From that to this, get out of here.
Dude, how long ago was that? 8 weeks ago?
And then in
I feel like
between,
I missed
oh,
that, dude. Unless I was just like tripping when I saw it, but mm,
so much gold, dude. And that like rusting paint app, always such a nice little touch, man. Just such a diverse portfolio, so to speak.
Yeah.
God damn, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, the shipwrecked figure.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, now we're getting lost just scrolling through the old boy's feed, but fuck.
Yeah, but dude,
Sorry.
that's one guy who did a just. And what's cool, dude, is that he's going back to it, right? Like, so the first like stuff that we saw was very more of like the aquatic kind of tentacle type, slimy, gloopy look, and then it got
Cryptoid.
kind of robotic, aquatic robotic type shit, right? Which is super cool. And now he's going back, but it's funny, dude, because when he started out, it was like it was a whole line of all that stuff, and you're just like, oh, they definitely have a feel going on when you see something.
Right.
You can tell that it's a Feral Foundry piece just because the way it's made, right, or the kind of look of it. And then he switches it to the robotic aquatic stuff, and it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing, instantly identifiable. That Pond Scum was so sick, dude. That Apocalyptico piece up there, but now he's just making a bunch of figures that like, look at those, dude. All of those. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's kind of like there's the Shoggoth line, and
Yes.
then there's typically going to be the robotic kind of side of things, and you typically can see like the pretty clear divide through their work. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
And just
dude.
such a lovely chat, man. Okay.
Super cool, dude. Also does all the printing for Droid Foundry. So there's a nugget for you. I think a lot of people knew that, but
I don't know if that's still a thing. I
oh,
know that definitely that was a thing. I know that was a thing at the big, like,
yeah,
but I don't know if that still is. And I wouldn't want Droid Foundry coming in
yeah,
wondering what the fuck we're talking about. So I don't know if it's still a thing, but that certainly was a thing.
yeah. Droid Foundry stuff is um, I don't know if evolving is the right word because it's all really really cool stuff. But in the same way that Feral Foundry is doing it, you can see that they're kind of getting into some same style, different stuff. But yeah, they were collabing at one point, which I think is also the thing that we always talk about, which is really like one of the most weird things to me was that Droid Foundry. You look at how many followers he has, and it's in the tens of thousands. And then you look at Feral Foundry, and it seems like that dude's been stuck at 6, 7, 800 forever for some dumb reason. Yeah.
But Feral Foundry is also something they have an email list that works pretty well for them. Their Facebook works pretty well for them. You see this shit? Huh.
I've seen a couple figures of long legs in the last month, maybe, I guess. That one's sculpted by Tom Hensley, who's you talk about a insanely good sculptor. Everybody should be following that dude, straight up, man. He's done several pieces, not only for Epoch, but just in the scene in general. And I mean, that dude knows what's up.
The combo works so dope, man.
Mm-hmm.
The contrast for me is just sick as all fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, these are gonna be available Saturday, 10 a.m. PST. Sorry. So apparently this weekend, a lot of drops.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's that time of year, man. It might as well say Christmas, right? I think Halloween is like Christmas at least if you're a buyer or a collector around Halloween time in this scene, dude. It seems like there's always so many new things coming out.
Well, let's be honest. For whatever reason, Halloween is like the time of year for a lot of these dudes.
It is. It goes back to what we were talking about, like the tattoo shops, dude.
Right?
What holiday fits in with that? It ain't fucking Easter. I know that much.
I bet a good chunk of them actually like death metal and gangster rap too. So I'm telling you, there's something going on here.
Highly likely. Highly likely. Those are cool, man.
So yeah,
Swarm's such a good dude, man.
well, these figures again, sometimes seeing it in the hand makes all the difference. These are so much larger than I would have thought.
Mm-hmm.
But weekend DM deal, 80 shipped. So hit them up. They've got a whole bunch of pieces that are going to be available.
Yeah, he's got a shop, an in-person shop down in Fremont, which is I'm down in the Fremont area all the time, and always cool to stop in and check with him, dude. He's got a ton of stuff in there, vintage stuff, people coming in and selling stuff, trading stuff, but he's got a few cases in there with his own stuff in there. And he's just a good dude, man. He's a really good dude to talk to. He's been around for a long time. He's a you know, I don't want to say semi-famous, but was a well-known DJ out in this area in the Bay, and he still DJs.
See, if anything, this character will always be the one that kind of sticks out to me as being Swarm.
So dope, dude.
I can't be the only one. Not that I know its name, because I'm a freaking idiot, obviously. Okay, you know what? Turntable Tarantula might be one that sticks out as well.
Yeah, dude. Straight up. So I think that's one of the first pieces I bought from him was Turntable Tarantula Decon, maybe back in like 2021, something like that. But it was like a neon one. The other thing that I got from him was he painted the paint job is so sick, but it's a sucker from Ophelia. You know, the 1950s looking dude with the ray gun, and he's got the tentacle arm. Super, super cool. But yeah, dude, his paint works good. He does a lot of vinyl work. He has those lighter holders. You know what? Those Mecha Creech balls right there.
I was gonna say I knew Fletch would know, man, because for whatever reason I thought Fletch and them, they're homies, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We're all out in this. We're in this area, like Bay Area. Like geographically, it looks pretty large, but you can really get to anybody's shop. I could get to that dude's shop if I jumped in the car at this time of night. I'd be there in an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15 minutes, something like that. So it's all very, you know, especially on a weekend or coming home from work, if you're in the area, always cool places to stop by. But yeah, Mecha Creech, man, that was a vinyl figure that he did too. I bought one from him that lights up, that he ran some lights through. That are really cool. But last time I was there, we were talking about that Mecha Creech, the Madball Mecha Creech. Yeah. And he was saying there's another, they actually saw some turn up in Sacramento. There's a shop in Sacramento, a little underground. I think they do records and all kinds of stuff, but dude had some of those in stock. Check this out. And they were selling, right? So I think he sells those things for, I want to say 30-ish, maybe, right around there at Swarm Shop. But this dude was getting over 100 bones a piece for these things at someplace up in Sacramento, which is it's crazy, dude. You know, we talk to different artists and say, you know, how it feels to see your stuff online, and sometimes it goes for, you know, a ton of money. Healy and I were actually having that conversation about the Shaman 4-inch vinyl. And some of these places in Japan on eBay are selling these things for hundreds of dollars, bro. And it's crazy. Those things come out and they're 50 to 75 bucks here, but then you get them online and you're just like, dude, who's paying $270 for those? You know, it's crazy.
Shit.
That's really good work right there, man.
I don't understand some of these artists that just pop out of nowhere and just fucking okay. Like, god damn it, dude. Just straight up alcohol wiping out all the fingerprints and stuff. Suddenly just bam.
Damn.
Like, just insane, dude.
Man.
And then I don't know how they managed the collab, but each figure purchased in store will come with a small piece from the one of the actual dioramas used in film. It's like, okay.
Nice. Well, I mean, shit, dude. Can you imagine being an artist and going and like talking to someone who had something to do with that movie and showing them that, and just their reaction was probably like, holy shit, dude, like what is that? And then you get into a thing like Kajiki did with Sergeant Kabuki Man, right? Where the people from the movie see it and they're just like, holy shit, that's dope. You definitely have to stop making that, or you have to partner up with us,
Yeah,
which is what happened
make
in that
some
situation.
for us.
Yeah, which is funny. That was, anyways, that's a great story, dude. If anybody is chats with Kajiki and hasn't heard that story, ask him about Sergeant Kabuki Man. That's a great story.
See this lovely new wave from Kachina and Kachina bootleg toy.
Barfy, dude. I'm looking at my Barfy right over there. What a clean fucking piece, dude. And when you talk about scale that you can't really tell in the picture, bro, that is a beefy. It's like as big as the Fungusting, dude. It's like that big. It's
Oh
chunky.
shit!
Yeah, dude, it's big.
See, I think you have one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. I was gonna say I think I remember you. Yeah. Ooh.
yeah. This is a dope one, man. But large, next to the Fungusting. I mean, it's actually bigger than the Fungusting. But God, dude, the whole setup on this thing is
fucking
so good.
cool.
Yeah, the packaging was really good. There was a little envelope with like stickers and stuff in it. Yeah, dude.
You could probably hide a fucking pocket pea in there.
Oh man, cool piece though, dude. Straight up.
That first run too, with the factory paint apps, were fucking gorgeous. Just insanely, stupidly gorgeous, man.
Yeah, man. There was a couple different ones. They were all super, super good.
Now we're getting into the things people are making but aren't for sale yet. So Slime City Toys introducing these little the haunteds.
Even Slime City, bro, when we're talking about style, can't you look at that piece? And if you saw that piece not on this page, I guarantee you would say Slime City.
Probably, but at the same time, and they know this too, their creature is one of the coolest fucking things to come out this year.
Bro.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I posted pictures of mine yet or not, but that one on the right, if you go down a little bit, right there in the front, I think that's mine, the one in the front. Mm.
That sculpt was just fucking so cool.
And the thing that's cool about that piece, dude, is that as like kind of long and gangly as the arms are, which is what I like too, it balances so good, dude.
Boy, the stance, man, with these big giant wide webbed feet too.
How about the pour overall?
Those pores are fucking gorgeous on these ones.
And so the one in the back, dude, look at the one in the back, the left arm, or even the right arm, or the head on this one in the front, dude. It's crazy to me that there's that many colors going on and that they're stirring it to the point or letting it flow to the point where it doesn't get all muddied up. You know what I mean? It doesn't just turn fucking gray or brown or fucking some weird shit, dude. Like you can still distinguish the colors in there. That one in the back, the left hand is fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah. No, it's a good marble, and you're kind of nailing it because you would think normally there'd be like a gross mixture once some of those guys hit, and they clearly didn't do like a hard, like what's that even called, gradient? Like they didn't do hard gradients on it, so it's like yeah, fucking sharp, dude. I feel like these guys, why they just stand out is did they not have a piece similar to this like a year or two ago?
I have one. Yeah. Similar but different, I would say. But and that's what I mean, kind of the style too, right? Like it looks like it's a City Toys piece, dude.
I feel like I'm tripping balls. I'm like, I thought for sure they had an earlier sculpt that was almost and different, obviously, but this is what happened.
No, I think you're right though.
Oh, that guy was a fun fucking dude too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn it, that's a fucking sick pour. So now I'm just there. We go. I wanted to get there. It was fucking driving me nuts. It was a scrap show piece, but yes, that's something. Oh, and that's even bigger than I would have thought too, actually. But yeah, okay, so that body has been used before.
I have a Ninja Turtle character from them with that eyeball head on it.
That's weird. Yeah. Oh,
That's the one I think you're talking about.
yeah, that's going back like 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Dude, it's that one right there. That's the one that I have. I don't know. I don't think it's that exact one, but that's what I have.
That's such a fucking rad fucking combo.
Yeah.
Speaking of rad combos, fuck, dude. You seen these?
Dude, so I don't know if you saw the part on the show last night. I put together a couple little tabs and they were just janky. I think I only had a few, but that was one of them, dude.
This is one of them? Yeah.
That's so cool, though.
I worried this was one of the ones that made it in there. Yeah.
I think we were talking about the scale. What's the scale on that?
You know what? Let's see if they've updated the page with any more recent pictures of it. But I don't know. If I had to guess, I'm going to go with like 4 inches.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they're as big as your Barfy?
Dude, look at the hands, though, on those, on all 3 of them, dude.
Just insane.
Yeah.
Just insane. Dude, and how do you pick one?
Yeah.
You know? When like going through, it's like, yeah, how do you pick just one of them? Yeah, I don't know. All fucking cool. Almost Scooby-Doo-esque.
Yes. Agreed, dude. That's what it is about that figure, dude. And it's something that we didn't talk about last week, but that's what it is, dude. There's something cartoon villainy about that figure that I like.
And then I couldn't help it. Like, I'm sorry. Bone Castranos is in the middle of working on this dude here. This would be the best Care Bear ever. So currently they're looking for a name for this dude. If anybody has any suggestions, comment it there.
Yeah.
Have you seen much of Bone Castrano's work?
I have. And is she pregnant right now?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think
all I care about are toys.
Or somebody had posted something. Yeah. Anyways.
If anybody is not familiar with their work, they're a Brazilian artist that definitely does everything above and beyond. But this is kind of what knocked them over the rail, I suppose. I'm not entirely sure the amazingness, the significance of these individuals in Brazil, but this figure in particular seemed to be what kind of launched them. But like looking at their work, it is definitely some of the highest caliber shit we see in our scene, man.
Yeah.
Like just next level.
Yeah. Oh, that backer's cool. The He-Man backer down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sorry. Fuck, man. Like, I don't know. It's crazy to me how fucking global this shit always is. I'm masculine and feminine. This turned out cooler than I imagined. Yeah, I'd have to agree, dude.
Yeah.
And then fucking Outer Limits Brunswick is doing a collaboration with Delightful Nightmares Maine. So I hadn't actually heard of them before, but these are almost like little wooden peg people with Halloween heads.
Mm.
So I think Delightful Nightmares Maine was new account for us. But packed with a hand-drawn hanging tag and a small muslin satchel. All 10 of these will be up on our website, link in bio at 2 p.m. Eastern, and are $20 each.
Nice. Outer Limits New Brunswick. That's a shop. If you're in the mood for buying something, you should go to their online store and take a look around. They got stuff from all your favorite artists. Take a look at that right there. There's
Cool Cat. Cool. Oh,
Kachina.
Yo. What a color combo.
Dude, he had a display at Assembly Required in Philly. And what is really cool, dude, is standing there knowing what everything is, right? And knowing Grant and just sitting there, we're chatting. And then you're watching people come up and see this shit for the first time. And then they're like, how'd you make that? And he's like, well, I sculpted it. And they're like, you sculpted that? All of it? And he's like, yeah, and then he's going over the articulation and everything. And to watch people are just like, holy shit, dude, that's really good. Outer Limits, New Brunswick, dude. Look at all these. These are all fucking pieces in there, dude. Mega Church. I saw some Sucklord, some Resin Blood. I mean,
a Barfy right there.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Bootleg Toyco.
More coffins. Samiko.
Yeah.
No, oddly enough, I think you've brought up this store before. I did a quick little scroll of it, but I didn't realize how much they were actually carrying.
Lots of Wonder Goblin pieces, dude. I bought a Budfoot that's going to be on its way to Ophelia Toys for some custom paint here before too long, which is going to be just sicky. That's the Barbarian Rage piece we were talking about in the comic book.
I've never seen this. This is brilliant.
Yeah, that's a cool one too, man.
All right. Yeah, damn. Granted, you already know this. This is probably one of like the coolest toys. But you've come up with a lot of really sick shit in this last fucking year. They were already nailing it, but fuck, man. Between the dude at the boat, all the shell shocks.
Dude, and the different versions of the shell shock too, right? So there's the one where he's standing up. Then you have the other one where the arms are like this guy over here, right? And then even the little guys that are inside too. Those are different guys. Yeah. Yeah, like that one in the back has got the little crocodile guy, and it's like, and then the octopus and the crab. You're right, dude. Those color combos are fucking super cool.
Well, and with the articulation they do, like you could swap out the weapons and shit.
Oh, dude, I've seen people post stuff where they're taking Cool Cat Glyos parts and mixing them with other Glyos figures, and that's part of the thing with Glyos, I guess. But, dude, look at that.
Yeah.
Fucking Grant.
Never
dude.
misses, man.
Grimhorn, great figure, dude.
October 28th, Excellent Crypt is going to have a couple of these guys, 7 p.m. Eastern. Halloween playsets pre-orders begin. Choose between 2 Michael Myers.
Nice.
Dude, come on.
What?
Yeah, there we go.
Whoa, dude.
I was waiting for that part. I'm like,
I thought it was just a Jason head that we were looking at. I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
Full on fucking play sets.
Wow, that's impressive.
Just absolutely dope as fuck, man. I think we are definitely seeing more and more of that style as well. The opening things, playability. And again, it kind of comes back to that whole like to accomplish, right? Like for a lot of these pieces, people are like, don't play with them. They're art pieces. But at the same time, a lot of the times it's like these artists want to like push the limits of their abilities. They want to like replicate something they had as a kid. And so we end up with shit like this that again, like they don't really want you taking it out of the package. They don't really wanting you opening it, but at the same time, they must know I'm opening that shit.
Yeah, dude. And look at that. Like even that, like you would open that, you wouldn't necessarily play with it, but you would open it and just be like, wow, dude, that's fucking crazy. Mighty Max fans even activated. Yeah, no kidding. If anybody's looking for a like a good original collection of Mighty Max, check out Mutant Master's page. Mutant Master always goes, and I think that he was making some at one time. Mutant Master is in France, and they have some original ones that are really cool. But dude, I recommend Mutant Master's work just across the board. I have some really cool shit from him.
It's not jumping out to my brain right at this second, to be honest with you. It's not jumping out at my brain at this very moment.
Yeah.
I don't know how I missed these ones when they dropped. The Tarman ones.
Man. Yeah, those are good.
They even come with little play people. Brilliant.
The artwork on the hand, just for the for the display picture.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, look at the makeup they did on the hand and shit, dude. That's cool.
Speaking of hands, I'm sure everybody saw it. Simeon Cheese did that fucking. You saw it, right?
What's that?
Oh, frick. Here. The old Simeon Cheese did this piece and posted up today. All I could think is that poor hand has seen some shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's all I could think when I saw it was just like, oh, that poor hand. We know the horrors you've seen.
Dude, isn't it funny? There's some things where you just add eyes to, and it's great. That's great.
Right? Simeon Cheese in general is a fucking hoot, man. Super talented artist on top of it all.
Yeah.
So this is not a Toy Store. Not only do they have the October 8th shindig happening, but then November 15th, they're doing a year-end opening celebration. So a bunch of these artists are also they're gonna have a bunch of the original artists that actually run it are gonna have a bunch of pieces and new stuff going on. And then on top of that, Designer Con is gonna be happening that weekend. If you guys haven't heard of that.
Designer who now?
Right.
Not next week, but the following week actually was going to be we're going to do a DCon preview show with the DOV. Will be in the house running the thing.
What a legend, man. So
I was just gonna say when I was doing the post about the giveaway, and there's a couple pieces from him in there. Yeah, dude, boss of all bosses, bro. Like that's the dude. You know what I mean? And when I think it's pretty well known. But anyways, yeah, Dub's great, dude. Dub's the fucking man.
And I'm sure we're gonna see DKE start just slamming you guys with posts of all the artists that they're gonna have at their booth, which typically that's going to also be. Why am I gapping on their name right now? Fucking homie who helps make all like the graphics and typically
Janky,
thank you. Fuck. So you know that fucking Janky's gonna be putting in all the work, and Dub will be putting in some work, and Dub's wife will probably be putting in some mad work.
Janky's awesome, dude. Janky's fucking he's such a good dude, man. He's a really fun guy to talk to and hang out with.
What a solid team, man.
Oh, dude.
The team does so much in general for so many other people.
Pros, man. Pros, when it comes to like the business side of things. I mean, it's well known that's the dude to talk to. Janky with the new Star Wars arm in tow.
So get yourselves ready for Designer Con. Like I said, you can get some tickets if you're actually going to be boothing there. Make sure you sign up for registration on that. Is that done already? I don't know anything. Maybe the registration's already done. I don't know shit.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think that opened up either earlier this year or maybe even last year after the last one. I'm not sure how fast those things opened up, but
watch a bunch of our artist friends.
Same venue, I think. Vegas.
Las Vegas. Yeah. Damn. We know some things. That's it. That's what we got for Tabby Deuce tonight.
That's what we got for Tabby Deuce.
We tried to halt as much as we could on places, and that's what we ended up anyways. I will do a quick little. As you kind of mentioned, we're in Halloween season. Halloween season is kind of like the Christmas season for those who celebrate within the toy world, whatever that means, if that means anything.
I'm gonna get on our giveaway question real quick.
I'm actually going over to the giveaway question as well. You know why? I want to make sure I'm adding any last minute commenters into the giveaway.
Let's see here. Oh, I tried to FaceTime us on our Instagram account, so we just missed a call from me. So the giveaway, yeah, dude, there was some good stuff on the giveaway on the question this week, man. God damn, we got a lot of views on that one too. That was awesome. 79 comments. Some of that is kind of banter back and forth, but god dang, dude, you know, advice for somebody coming into the scene, no matter if you're a artist or a collector or whatever, man, you guys had some just amazing some really good points in there, you know, that I think that anybody coming into the scene would probably give that a scroll or two and say, man, you know, I will definitely do and not do some of those things in this scene, dude. So thank you everybody who responded to that. There's some really, really cool info in there. Don't forget hashtag Figtober 2025 too. I'm on day 23. It's a marathon. Wow. Dude,
in case you didn't know. Yeah. So as soon as I said it, I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? How did we not? Not that we're fans of Bliss Receptor's work.
Dude, he's been going off, dude. It's every day. It's every day. God, those are sick, man.
I heard secretly Bliss Receptor has his children just chained up in the basement making these figures. They're actually lying. They're not making these.
Another one. They're like, no more. Yeah. Another one.
Yeah, 100%. You want that candy for Halloween? You bust out another figure. Yeah.
Sick though, man. I mean, you know, making a figure every day, dude. That's not an easy thing to do. Unique style, dude. Yeah, no shit, man. That's again, we're talking about style and stuff that's easily identifiable with an artist. Oh my god, dude, the fucking red wolf piece. A Bliss Receptor does it with everything that he makes, dude. Not only color palette, but just the style of the figures, dude. And they are always, oh my god, like those two dudes on the left right there, man. God, the colors do so much, dude, for both of those. Those look so fucking good next to each other, man.
Can you imagine painting these fucking belts?
Yeah, dude, those are dope. Bliss is unmatched. Agreed, dude. That stuff is just God, it's just insanely good. It's I honestly didn't realize, dude, that he was doing something every day, which totally makes sense now. But yeah, dude, god dang, I'm looking forward to the next one now. But anyways, the giveaway question, dude. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff in there, man. Honestly, we're coming to the end of the year, and there's a lot of stuff that artists send us that we honestly just, if we gave it away one at a time, dude, we'd have giveaways till for years. So sometimes we got to bunch them together and kind of clean house a little bit. We got a lot of stuff going out tonight in one box. Acid 9 said giveaway hype. Yeah, dude, it's there's a lot of stuff in there. Actually, Acid 9 has a couple figures in there, the Barbarian and then the Skullmaster. So, golly, dude, look at all that stuff in there. Holy smokes, man. The Plastic Vomit pieces, the Dookie Obscuro, which is like a mint green. That's fantastic. Future Retroistic magazine right there in the center, issue number 6. Issue number 7 is coming out very soon. Keep an eye out for that. Definitely get one. Super sick, dude. 3.75 from Plastic Vomit. There's a Ice Zuckus, which is really cool. That's the Barbarian from Acid 9, Skullmaster from Acid 9. There's the mag that's got some stickers and a zine in the back. The Toys Alive fingerboard there too from Jevaho. That one's hard to see, man. That one, if you go back to that Baba Drock, one thing that I did not put in the post is you see that that resin piece in the middle. Can you even tell what that is? A little bit higher. It's like dark. You can't really see it, dude. That is an original Space Squatch resin figure from Baba Drock that ETC ended up getting on, and then ETC ended up coming out with the vinyls for them. But the Space Squatch actually started off as a Baba Drock thing in resin, and that's one of them right there. There's also, if you've ever got anything from Baba Drock with pins and buttons, stuff like that, that little bag is packed with that stuff. So lots of stuff in there, man. Instant collection. Hey, now that's the Toys Alive Vomiting Droids T-shirt. Warning from Mattel Toys. On the back of that shirt, there's a little square with a Skeletor and Beastman that says bootleg everything. So fret not, my friend. You have one of those in your box coming your way. Set one aside for you. There's a Toys Alive fingerboard right there from Jevaho, which is a little project that he was doing. Those were all handmade. Those are super cool. But yeah, lots going out tonight, man. Congrats ahead of time to whoever wins that. Yeah, that shirt is killer. Yeah, dude, it's weird. You know, when we first put those shirts out, we sold a few right away, but then there was a few left over. And, you know, I realized, dude, that when you have something in the store, you just have to keep on putting it out there, because eventually it will sell. That's one of the problems that I have with the store, is just kind of keeping up on that and putting it out there over and over and over again. And then you take a break and then you put those out, and people are like, oh shit, where'd you get those shirts at, dude? Let me get one of those shirts. And I feel like it's like, well, we had a lot of them a while ago, and now there's only a couple left that we're giving away. But which all leads me to say is maybe we need a new shirt. Maybe we need to do a new shirt. Maybe we need to do another collab shirt with somebody. That would be cool.
Everybody's been begging for one of you and I illustrated nude posing like those old 70s car models. That's what I've heard.
Oh, I don't think anybody asked for that, but
yeah, I've heard a lot of chanting. The DMs are overflowing with it. When are those cartoon nude B and Crumbs shirts coming?
Hopefully never.
Yeah, we'll both have the Barbie private parts too. You know, we'll be posed all naked, but then it's just smooth like Barbie.
Oh man.
No.
Nah. Ordinary says it's still soft. He's right, dude. The shirts, the fabric on those is really soft. But yeah, you know, maybe we'll look into that.
Or just hats. Yeah.
Jesus. Hobo collabo, sure. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah. No, I dig it. Or even stickers, shit like that. I know that's nothing like crazy out of the box, but it's still cool.
You know, Bootleg Toy Co. did something kind of like that, Puzzled Panther, in their buddies set they have.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys had a two-headed monster. I do like that. Get Eddie to screen print some. I like that.
Oh gosh.
All right. Now we might be onto something. So
spin this bad boy, see who goes home with that starter kit.
Let's do it, man. Isn't it funny though, dude? Like when you mention something about making shirts, it's like everybody's like, oh, have this guy do that, have this person do that, have this person do that. And it's just like, fuck, we know everybody that can do everything.
The reality is, if any of us actually had like the like, I don't even know the right word for it, but you could honestly say, let's build an independent toy company, and there is somebody who would be able to fit every single role in this scene, man.
And that being said, right, there's also room, and there's people out there that we know that are the organizers of those, right? And we can even have a whole other show where you're getting into toy production. And there's people out there, dude. I bet there's people out there. I know for a fact there's people out there that present themselves as one artist that are not one artist, dude. They are basically the artist who is on Instagram that's showing the stuff. But then if you ask people who know, or maybe they even advertise it, dude, that the sculpt is coming from someone else, the idea is coming from someone else, the packaging is coming from someone else. You could have multiple people working on one piece, all put out under a different name. There's room for that too. You know what I mean? I think those organizers and toy producers, they're needed, man. They're needed. Abe's been doing a great job of that, dude. Abe's covered a lot of bases in this scene, man. And what he's on to now is like legit toy production, and helping out with that and getting that going. And we've seen, the Barfy, that was one. Chum, that's another one that, is doing stuff. It's cool.
We spinning this?
Yeah, Mr. Ordinary.
Jeez.
Oh boy. How many did we get up to tonight? 36. That's pretty good. Number 20. Who that?
Jazz Wizard.
Jazz Wizzy. Oh, it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And let me tell you why. I have another box ready to go for Jazz, and it's two things, actually. One of them, he knows what it is. It's not a toy, but I showed him, and that's what he's getting. The other thing he doesn't know, and it's a surprise. But now they can go out together. So, yes, good job, Jazz. That's what we talk about, dude. Sometimes these things go to people that are going to display them and share them and post them. And Jazz is one of them, dude. And I think that every piece that's in that package that's going out deserves to have its own post or a group post or something. There's a lot of artists covered in there, dude. That's a great reflection of stuff that's going on in the scene. We got soft goods, we got tangible paper goods, we got resin figures, stickers, magnets, DVDs. Fucking, that's a digital video disc for you kids out there. But it's cool, man. It's there's a lot of stuff in there. And guess what, dude? We got another one coming next week that's just as saucy. And then the following week, maybe we'll even do it again. What do you say?
Sounds really neat.
What's that?
I said that sounds really neat.
That sounds really neat. That should be neat, man.
Jesus, man. All right, dude. Let's let these yahoos get on with their evening. Breezy Brickyard, what up? I didn't even see them sneak into the chat here tonight.
DVD stash. You have a DVD stash? I think you do.
There's this store on the street where I work at this shop. This is how I'm gonna wrap it up, right? And there's this old dude who comes into the shop I actually work at. He's a fucking dick. I'm just gonna say it, dick. And I've politely and calmly let him know a couple times, man, just don't be a dick, right? I go in because there's one shop now. I know it's gonna sound like BS, but there's this shop a couple stores down called the Love Shop, and of course they carry everything from fucking like everything you can probably picture. But they also have this pyramid of incense that are hand dipped incense. And of course, being a pothead, of course, I'm like, fuck yeah, 30 incense for $5. I'm going in there. I'm grabbing my incense, right? I loved going in there the other day to buy my incense as this old man is trying to buy rent several of these digital discs from their little back beaded area.
Oh my God.
Dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Now I know what you're doing when you come in. You're buying your DVDs and you're coming in, you're getting stoned, you're going home and you're doing the old fucking fap daddy. I know what's up. Anyways, everybody have a great night. We'll see you next week.
Incense, Nag Champa. That's the shit.